there's already been enough preaching, and men and women would just take heed to it. You can go to church every single Sunday of your life. You can get dressed for it, put on your best, and come out. Attend, maybe even help in the singing, and maybe even give a little money every Sunday. Live a good moral life and die and go to hell. And I hope today that God would look down and that He would bless me to be able to say just a few things to add to what these brothers have already been preaching to you about. It's not about us. It's certainly not about how good we are. And I strive to do things that are right, but I find that within myself a great warfare between the inward and the outward man. It brings me into the feelings that this is all about the Lord and His ways. And I want you to understand here today that God, He knows the heart and the mind of every man and every woman that's under the sound of my voice. He knows all about me. He knows all about my shortcomings. And He loves me anyway. And I'm thankful for that, Brother Jack. Because if I had to be just good enough within myself, and I had to always be able to measure up within myself, I would miss it, Brother Clyde. But I want you to understand that one time, brother, we tend to get it into our mind that, well, if I go and if I do enough good and all of my bad and I can outweigh my bad, then I'm all right. If I can be good to somebody along the road, that'll make up for when I was angry with my children, Brother Clyde. And if I can go ahead and give a little money to somebody in need, Brother Philip, that'll make up, Dad, for the greed that was in my heart yesterday, and trying to take advantage of somebody else, Brother Mike. And we get it in our minds that we need to measure ourselves up, and we've got to come out on the right side, or else we're in a lot of trouble, Brother Clyde. But I want you to know that, listen to me, a young man came to Jesus one day, listen, and he said, oh Lord, what must I do to have eternal life? And Jesus, he began to talk to him, and he said, what do you read in the law of Moses? And this man, he began to say this and that, and Jesus said, then keep them. And he said, these if I can, Lord, listen, and I've loved the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, soul, and strength, and I've also loved my neighbor as myself, Brother Mike. Listen to me, and listen. And Jesus even told him to do that, and that man looked at Jesus and he said, Lord, we know that to love the Lord and to love our neighbor is better than all sacrifices and offerings that we could make. Love is better than all of our measuring, Brother Clyde, is ever going to add up to. But listen to me. Listen, I want you to understand. I can read where there was a man, brother, and listen to me, a man, listen, who was a king of Israel, brother, and the people wanted him to be their king. They had always just let God be their king up to a point, and then they cried out and they said, oh Lord, we want to have a king over us. listen to me. We want a great king, not just any king. We want him to look better than all the other kings. But Elisha, and listen to me. And God gave him that man, a man that didn't love the Lord, brother. And but listen to me today. And you know what? That man, brother, and that king, because he didn't love the Lord, brother, and he got himself in a bind, brother Chadley, saying God sent him to go do a little job for him. This great, this king of Israel, brother, he went and he halfway done the job. Listen to me, and he came back, brother Klein. Listen, he hearkened unto his people. I've got news for everybody today. If you're going to serve the Lord, then we need to be serving him, brother. And if we ain't, we don't need to act like we are, brother Tom. Acting ain't going to get you a home in heaven.